Now, if you're currently on a 9 to 5, you're earning okay, and you're also building your photography by the side, then you know that this video is for you. Hi, my name is Ijeoma Chuks, a brand and tech photographer based in Lagos, Nigeria, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, let me start with my own story. When I started Ijeworks Media, I didn't magically wake up one day and quit my job. I was working, I was shooting by the side, especially during the weekends and public holidays. I remember some weekends where I would shoot in another state. I will edit all night and I will still show up on work on Monday as if nothing happened. Now, this was very exhausting, but it was very, very necessary for my growth. At this stage, photography was not my full-time job, as you can see, but one thing that I did was I understood that this was a transition plan for me. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see photographers make in Nigeria is quitting too early. They quit too early before the business is actually ready, and then they put themselves under a lot of pressure. Now, that will eventually kill both their creativity and their finance. So here are practical steps that I would advise that you follow if you want to move from your 9 to 5 to a full-time photography job. Now, first, accept that you're in a transition season. For a long time in my life, I was basically working Mondays to Fridays. I shoot on weekends, I edit at night. It wasn't cute at all. But I knew I was building something real. You need to accept that this is a transition season for you. You are not yet a full-time photographer. You are still a working professional building a second business. Now, that means that your build times will be in evenings, weekends, public holidays, or even leave days. If you don't accept this phase, you would always feel left behind. You would always feel like you are rushing. Now, the second would be to set a clear financial exit target. Don't quit your job because you are tired. Quit because the numbers make sense. Now, a good rule is this: don't go full-time until your photography is making at least 50 to 70% of your current salary consistently for at least 6 months. Now, this tells you three things. There is demand, you are not guessing, and you can survive the dip. Now, start running your photography business like a business early, actually. Now, don't wait until you go full-time before you start taking things serious. If you need to register your business, register, open that business account, fix your pricing, create your packages, build a simple system for inquiries, booking, and even delivery. What you're doing is you're testing the future of the business with the safety of a salary. Now, Ijeworks Media was not registered before it was popular. I started with pricing, I had processes, I had contracts when I was even still small. Now, when we later built the space studio, it wasn't a guesswork. I already understood systems and structure. Now, use your 9 to 5 as your investor. Yes. So my salary paid for my early equipment, my learning, some of my early mistakes, and that's a privilege. Now, use it. Use your salary. Use it to sponsor some of your marketing budget. Use it for some of your learning, for some of your mistakes. Now, this is a huge advantage, and please do not waste it. Use that money from your 9 to 5. Now, the fifth thing would be to position for the work you want. Now, at some point, I stopped shooting anything and everything. I started leaning into branding, corporate, founders, tech, and majorly storytelling. Now, that focus is eventually what has built the reputation that you can see now. Slowly, I started to position myself towards the niche I want, the kind of client I want, and the price level we wanted. Now, your side hustle should already look like your future business if you're going to leave your 9 to 5 for that, right? Now, the sixth thing would be choose your exit timing strategically. Good time to go to full-time are when your bookings are overspilling into your weekdays, when you're turning down work, when your photography income is predictable, and when you're juggling both is becoming difficult because you're actually doing both of them. Now, bad time is to quit is when you are emotional, when your job is stressful, when one big client pays you once and you're very excited. That's a very bad time to quit. Now, I didn't leave when I was emotional. I left when juggling both became impossible because both were actually working. Now, that is the difference. Now, here is the truth. You don't become full-time by jumping. You become full-time by building something that is already working part-time. Today, I run Ijeworks Media and co-founded the Space Studio, but it didn't start like this. It started with hard weekends, late nights, and even intentional planning. So if you're currently in a 9-to-5 and building photography on the side, you are not behind, you are being wise. Build it properly, then jump at once. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share with someone who is trying to live their 9-to-5 the smart way. I'll see you later. Bye.